Yo, what's good, everybody? And I want to thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry's ZATIMA review. This is season 2, episode 11, entitled Out of Love. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff if you choose to. If not, just sit back, relax, and we're going to get right into this thing. Now, I have to admit, the opening scene of episode 11 was my favorite scene of the episode, mainly because I believe DeVal Ellis gave such an amazing performance. This was one of the best, if not the best, performances of Zach that he has given throughout, for me, the entire duration of Sisters and all of the episodes for ZATIMA. Wherever DeVal had to go emotionally, he went there. And when I say bro went there, bro went there. Normally when I'm watching him, DeVal is he's like a goofy person anyway, or a funny person. So a lot of times it's just like I'm watching him on screen. But this was like one of the first times I did not see DeVal. I actually just saw Zach. I think that he did. It was an amazing performance. I thought that, I had to give him a standing ovation. I thought he did really well in this scene. He really did. And Crystal played it cool, with some of her acting choices. She played it cool or whatnot. And so I want to thank everybody who has sent me their comments, their what they feel they saw, their questions concerning this episode. I really appreciate it. So one thing I want to start off before I get into the episode is some people were stating that they were upset with Fatima because she trusted Zach's mom's word over Zach. And that is not how I saw it. So if we go back to episode 10, Zach's mom makes the statement that she saw Zach and Connie having sex. Fatima asked Zach, was that true? She said, basically, did you have sex with her? Zach's response was radio silence. He did not respond. He didn't give an answer. And we all know that silence is golden, but it's also loud as hell as well. So not saying something is almost like saying something. So that was episode 10. Now, fast forward to episode 11. Zach tells Fatima not only did he have sex with Connie, but he loves her. And after that, Fatima slapped the hell out of him. And that was the second time that Fatima has put hands on Zach. The first time on Sisters, she mushed him in the face. The second time, she slapped him. I said, all right, Fatima, now, baby girl, you need to keep your hands to yourself. I do not promote any type of violence, any type of, domestic situations, anything. But I also have 3 brothers, and I don't want no woman putting their hands on them. You don't want to get slapped, keep your damn hands to yourself too, okay? But I was like, based on Zach's response, I'm like, Fatima, baby, you might not want to do that again, okay? You might not want to do that again. I understood Fatima being upset because I asked you a question. Initially, you told me no. That's when she told Zach it was over. She leaves. She comes back with Angela. And then this is what you tell me. And you tell me this in front of my friend. So at this point, I feel like Zach is just trying to embarrass her, hurt her, make her feel low, because that's how he's feeling at the time. And so Zach feels like, Fatima lied to him. He tells her that, your deal breakers are, don't lie and don't cheat. And he was like, you lied to me. So Zach is feeling a way about this whole therapist showing up at his home. Now, for me, it was a delayed reaction. It was a delayed reaction. I'm like, what, 2 days had passed and you still holding this in? So I'm like, yeah, Tyler. Even though I feel DeVal's performance was excellent, a lot of the dialogue exchange between Zach and Fatima didn't make sense. But baby, let me tell you, when Fatima said something about that man mama, which wasn't even derogatory or disrespectful in the least, Zach went to a whole nother damn place.
You like this over your fucking mama? Don't say shit about my mother! Don't say shit about her! No! Fuck you! Don't say shit about my mother! Fatima, my mother's off fucking limits! Zach! Off limits! You really treat me like this over your mama?
I said, Fatima, please don't say nothing else about this man mama. Not when he's in this place. He's enraged. He's angry. He's mad. He's upset. He's hurt. He has all of these emotions going on. that is not making this situation better. Now, I don't know if this was written in the script, but Fatima pulls out her chair and sits down. Zach tells her that after she made a statement about his mom, he was like, Fatima, you got to go. You got to leave. I'm not going anywhere. We need to talk. I said, for what? What do you need to talk about? This man done told you he slept with this girl. He loves this girl. You need to go. You've already slapped him. He's called you and your friend out her name multiple times, disrespected you. What do you need to talk to him about? And it was like, Fatima, what are you doing? Get the hell out of Dodge. You came over there to get your stuff. He was like, you couldn't get it. Just go, ma'am. Why are you there? Like, at this point, it doesn't make any sense for Fatima to be there. That's just how I feel about it. Fatima threw that ring after Zach told her that he did Connie well and good and hard. She took that ring off and threw it at him. And he told her, oh, you threw my ring? Leave. That was another dialogue choice. I don't know what Tyler was going. I don't know. But it was still my favorite scene of the episode because it was a lot of emotion, you know what I'm saying, with that. But I'm like, I don't understand what some of the conversation was between them. It's like they was having two different conversations. But moving right on along, because at the end of the day, Fatima did leave. So moving right on along, it's the next day, and Zach is at work, which I don't know why. Zach looked like a little modern day Nino Brown. Like if Nino Brown exists, he dressed in all black, got the gold chain on, you know what I'm saying, got the Cuban on. I said, Zach, baby, this is not work attire. But anyway, it's your office, bro, so I'm going to let you have it. So Bryce comes in, and Bryce is telling him about this deal that they have. They can make a lot of money on. He wants Zach to look over it. Zach is not interested in the least bit. And I'm like, Bryce, you have the connections, you have the funds, you have the knowledge, you have the networking opportunities. You know how to move in and out of these situations. Go out there and start your own stuff, because Zach is not pulling his weight on the business side of this partnership. He's just not, and it is what it is. And so Zach asked Bryce, does he believe that he self-sabotage things? And I'm like, why are you asking him that? Because you know you do. You've been told this more than once. You know this is what you do. And until you deal with it, you're going to continue to self-sabotage your relationships, your partnerships, whatever else you got going on, until you come to the knowledge that this is what you do, and then you want to intentionally make some changes about it. So asking Bryce, which I thought Bryce was an interesting person to ask, but then I'm like, well, maybe Bryce was the perfect person, because Zach doesn't really have any emotional or past connection with him. And even though Bryce was hemming and hawing, I'm like, just tell the man, yes, I believe you self-sabotage. I believe that is what you do. Yes, it is what you do. But Bryce didn't do that. You know, Bryce just trying not to get his ass beat, if we're going to be all the way honest. After him trying to kiss Zach, after that whole ordeal, he just trying to stay on Zach's good side. He's not trying to do nothing to make Zach mad, because he don't, like I said, he don't want to get his ass beat. Okay. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, you do self-sabotage, and that is an issue that needs to be dealt with. So Zach and Fatima's father have a conversation, because Fatima told her parents that her and Zach broke up. So the father decides to come over and have a conversation with Zach. And so when he gets there, Zach is actually leaving out. And this man, I can't remember if his name is Harold or Harry. I'm going to go with Harry. It's an old man name that started with an H, okay? We ain't got too many of them, but one of them. And so Deja comes out on the balcony, and so he sees her. And of course, Deja is beautiful, has a wonderful shape, everything. And so he was like, hi, my name is Harry, and I'm a Capricorn. I said, what? What is this, the 80s? No, you didn't just tell this woman my name is Harold or Harry and I'm a Capricorn. I said, oh my God. So Deja, gold digging behind. That's your car? What you do? He was like, yeah, that's my car. I'm a retired judge and lawyer. I said, okay, that's good to know. So Zach takes him inside the house so they can have a conversation. And, he's telling Zach that, my daughter loves you. He was like, you got to fix this. And, Zach is still on this thing about Fatima having this therapist come to his house unbeknownst to him. And, her father was like, I told her that, she was wrong for that. But when my daughter is with somebody, she's with them. When she loves you, and she wasn't trying to hurt you. I said, Papa Harry, I get all that. And I do believe that Fatima was trying to be helpful. I really do. But I think the intent, because back in for the first part of season 2, Fatima was like, she good. She don't need therapy. She great. Is all Zach. And I'm like, no, I think that was the wrong mindset to have, because we all can be better. We all can strive to be better people. None of us have it all together. We still have some, slits and holes and some of the things that we do. So to say that, oh, I'm good, it ain't about me, it's about him, but we fix him, we'll be good. And I'm like, nah, baby girl, because you got some issues as well. And then to know that Fatima has actually been in therapy, we'll get to that on the review of episode 12. I'm just like, I didn't like that mindset, because it made me feel like, what, you think you got it all together? You don't, but okay, we'll go with that. I do understand why Zach is upset. I do understand why he feels, that Fatima went behind his back, because she did. I mean, I don't believe there's any way around that or any way to justify her actions. I think that Fatima had the right concept as far as Zach getting help. And I was a little confused with that, because Zach wasn't against seeing the therapy. Zach wasn't against going to therapy. After the situation with his mother leaving him in the grocery store, we saw the breakdown, and Zach was open to therapy. So I don't understand why Fatima felt she had to do that behind his back. That I don't know, but that's what it was. And also, even though I understand why Zach feels the way that he feels, I believe that Zach places the people in his life on a higher pedestal. Like, he expects them not to do certain things, but in the same breath, he do shady and slimy shit. But it's like, I could do it, but you can't do it. And I don't like that about him either. But, the dad was, he was making sense. What he said made sense. He just wanted Zach to fix it. And, he talked about, like, he from, I think he said Southside Chicago, and, all of that stuff like that. And so when he was leaving, he was like, you think I could get her number? Talking about Deja. I said, hold the hell on. Now, we don't have anybody on this show that is an upstanding person, right? That can come from a place of wisdom and come from a place of just, speaking knowledge into these younger people. I thought he was going to be that person, but that just messed it all up for me. I'm like, you staring at Deja with your old ass. You asking Zach for her number. So am I supposed to believe that you cheat on her, on Fatima's mother? I don't know what Tyler was trying to do with that. If it was a joke, it was a bad one, because it didn't come off as funny. To me, it came off as, I got a side eye to Fatima's dad, because you were a little too engaged with Deja and wanted to know more about her. And I didn't like that. And then you did it in front of your daughter's ex. It was just a little nasty for me. It was a little cringe. Okay, it was a little cringe, but I ain't going to spend too much time on it. We going to move right on along. So it's the next day after the big blow up. Fatima is at Angela's, and they were gonna drink, smoke a little something. And so Fatima calls Paul, because she wants to invite him out to this little open mic night situation. And Paul didn't even seem surprised that Fatima called him. I said, so what wait the hell on a minute. So have y'all been communicating? Have y'all been texting? Because Paul seemed a little, just going with the flow with the fact that you called him, ma'am. And I don't like that. Because he was just too like, oh, hey, what's up? It wasn't even, oh, you calling me? Like, I'm shocked. But it wasn't none of that. Paul was like real comfortable. I'm like, that's a red flag. Tyler, okay, anyway. So they go out, and they go out to this mic, this open mic night at this nice little club, which I love this scene. I love the scene. I love this little moment. And so they're there. Fatima's with Paul. I think his homeboy name was Sam. He was, cute to the eye. He was there, they're on this double date. He's there with Angela. And then, we hear this familiar voice without seeing her presence at first. And it was Belinda. Belinda was hosting open mic night. She see Angela and Fatima, who got up to leave. And I'm like, y'all sitting right in the front. Why would y'all get up and leave? This part wasn't believable. Belinda, y'all not finna let Belinda run y'all out of this club. I just thought that was team too much. But they get up, she sees them, invites Fatima up on stage. This was my girl, but we ain't girls no more, because I did some slimy stuff. I said, Tyler, how have you made it that I don't like any of the supporting cast on this show? I don't like any of the friends on this damn show. I can't deal with Great Value, Tommy and Cole, better known as Tony and Nate. I can't deal with them. Then you got Belinda, who just totally tried the system. Can't deal with her. And then you got Angela. Angela, she do too much double dutchy. She doesn't pick a side. She try to play both sides. And I do understand having friends on both ends of the equator. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you just don't know. She's like Andy. You don't know how to maneuver yourself through these two people, and you kind of play both sides, and I don't like that. But anyway, Fatima gets on stage. She gives an intro about, you know, how you with these men and they F up every time, but you love them and blah, blah, blah. So she sings Falling by Alicia Keys. Now, let me just say, I don't believe Alicia Keys is the greatest vocalist, all right? But a lot of her songs are vocally challenged if you actually want the song to sound nice. Crystal has a beautiful voice. She did what the hell she was supposed to do on that record. I thought Crystal did I can't even say Fatima, I got to give Crystal her props. I think Crystal did a phenomenal job. And I've heard her sing before, and I'm like, Crystal must have had some vocal lessons. Because Crystal, baby, I see the growth, and I hear the growth. And damn it, she did what the hell she was supposed to do. Bravo, ma'am. That was an amazing vocal performance that she gave with that song, because that's not the easiest song to sing and actually, you know, for it to sound good and be on key. All right, because baby, I've heard some horrible renditions of that song, but she made it her own, and it was felt, it was fitting. Knowing me, I said, Tyler, I wish you would have gave her a petty song to sing, but I get it. It was a moment. It was a vibe. Okay, it was a vibe. I appreciate it. And that's how the episode went off, with Zach looking there like he done lost his best friend, and like somebody done stole his damn bite, with Nate and Tony on the other side of him looking up there looking stupid. I said, I can't take it. I can't stand them. Lord, they got the worst friends, Jesus. But that was pretty much episode 11, Out of Love. You know, we back for season 2 for ZATIMA. I believe it's 20. We going to episode 20, I believe. Don't quote me because I don't know for sure. But that was the opening episode, y'all. I want to thank you guys for listening. And until next time, I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there.